What should Americans know about Canada when visiting for the first time? We're not as nice as everyone thinks. Sorry. We're giving advice to some of my followers. So I like a guy, but he's really shy and I don't want to ruin my chance. Should I tell him or wait? We don't got time to wait. I'm sorry. Do we have guaranteed time in this life? No, you don't have time to wait. You tell him. You tell him right now when you see this, you tell him. Joss, I still have feelings for an ex of mine and I can't get over him. What should I do? Block, delete, out of sight, out of mind, baby. No, really. I mean, that is my advice. I think it's different for every person, but for me, I think it depends on circumstances, how the breakup happened, why it happened, person. And you're not doing yourself any good by looking at their pictures, stalking their social media pages, talking to them all the time. Focus on the new, focus on the future, where you're going, not where you're stuck. Surround yourself with positive vibes, good people. Keep yourself distracted. Keep your mind distracted. Read a book, listen to music in those moments when you're like, oh, I miss them. Ugh, getting over someone sucks. I've never had a date/boyfriend. I'm 20. I'm tempted to download dating apps, but I'm scared. Ooh, I'm not gonna be the best person for this because I also am scared of dating apps and I don't ever use them. I never really did. I didn't enjoy the one time I tried for 48 hours. It just wasn't for me. At your age, I just don't think you need them. In all honesty, you're very young. You can naturally meet people. You have so much time ahead of you in your 20s to meet people. Trust the process. You don't need someone in your life. Enjoy yourself and your time will come. What should Americans know about Canada when visiting for the first time? We're not as nice as everyone thinks. Sorry. Ah, I just said sorry, see? I'm so Canadian. I'm not sorry. Okay, for real though, I think it depends on where, but we're genuinely like, not everyone in Canada is nice. When I moved to Toronto for the first time from my hometown, I could not believe how rude people were. No one holds doors for you. No one says thank you when you hold the door for them. I was like, man, why do people in the world think that Canada, it's like everyone's nice? No, not everyone. We are nice, but not everyone. So don't come here thinking you're like everyone's gonna be nice, because they're not. Should I move closer to family that I heart or stay in the place I consider home 4 hours away? Well, I'm in your very same position. I live 4 hours away from my hometown and I love it here, but I also love my family. But for me, home is just wherever and with whoever feels like home. And to me, Toronto feels like home. Of course, everyone I love is in my hometown, but to me, life's just too short to live for like other people. And they're still in my life. They can still be in my life. I can be at home in 4 hours anytime I need to. So wherever you are your happiest self, wherever you are, do that. Stay there. How to be more social. I'm trying, but it's kind of hard. Honestly, I'm not a good person to ask for this because I am a very big homebody. At this point in my life, like I love being home. I have to force myself to be social most times. And sometimes you just gotta start small. Even going for a walk with a friend, that's socializing. Going for a coffee, pick one friend rather than like a group thing, or like do a small gathering rather than like going to a party. I would say just start small. It can be very hard. You have your own boundaries and you're allowed. If you go out, you know, tell yourself it's okay if I leave earlier than everyone. But also life is short and I try to encourage people to go out there and make memories. It can be very hard, but it's worth it. How do I help someone through a breakup? Now this can be very difficult, okay? I have definitely helped friends through breakups as they have helped me through mine. All you can do is listen and support. And I think the main thing is like they will come to you with their problems probably 800 times. They will repeat themselves. They will repeat the same feelings they had a week ago or 2 months ago. You gotta be patient. Let them rant. Let them explain how they feel. Just listen, support, try and do things to help make them laugh, like distract them by like, hey, I planned a hangout for us Friday night. Are you free? I'm gonna plan the night. Distract them, make them laugh, make them remember like the good parts of life outside of this breakup. Just be there. I really want to lose weight, be a little bit healthy. Where should I properly start? You just gotta start. I would say if you don't work out at all, I would start small. I would get on a treadmill and I would walk. Just walk, even for 20 minutes. Lift very light weights. Start at 5 pounds, 10 pounds, it doesn't matter. I would say just the smallest, simplest things, that's a good start when you're working out. Just get your body moving, whatever that may be. A bike, walk, even if you wanna walk outside and you don't have a gym membership, there's very little things you can do to start. And health-wise, I would just write out your diet, you know, like write it out. What do you usually eat in a day, in a week? And write out the things you can cut back on, like sugars. Like write out little changes you can make to better yourself, and one step at a time. Don't like cut dry all at once, because then I think it makes it more difficult to stick to that, because it's like, this is miserable. Slow process. How to avoid toxic people. Cut them out of your life. These are my scissors. What is this? I can't even do it. Okay, cut them. Cut, snip, snip, goodbye. That's how you avoid them. You literally don't allow them into your space. It's like people forget we have the control of who is in our life and who is. Like, we control that. You know that, right? We control that. Don't let them in your life. Bye. I want to step up my acting for a future YouTube series. Any advice? Practice the craft. There are a lot of great YouTube videos as well of like acting workshops and exercises that you can practice to enhance your acting skills. I take workshops here in Toronto, actual acting workshops, things like that. Like, you have to practice your craft. I also went to school for acting. There's a lot of great like videos and activities and exercises you can do to improve your acting. I think you have to work at it. It's a craft. Like anything else, you would work on a skill. If I have a crush on someone, how do I tell them? You just do it. You rip that band-aid off, okay? Because life is too short. And what's the worst that can happen? They don't like you back? Ooh, big deal. Their loss. Be honest, say, hey, gotta get something off my chest. I like you. That's it. That's all you gotta do. I've been rejected before. I've also been stood up on a date before, okay? And you know what? Your loss, baby. Channel that energy. How do you deal with your IBS as I think I have it? Well, it takes a huge physical toll. I've been in the hospital many times. Also, mentally, not fun. Really gets me down sometimes because I work out and I eat very clean, and half the time I look 8 months pregnant and feel awful physically. But I have just learned to accept my body for how it is. No, it's not fair, but there's people who have to deal with a lot worse on a regular basis, physically, emotionally. So to me, I accept it. I've found food that triggers it worse than others. You have to work on it all the time. But I think the biggest part is just accepting it and not letting it like get to you, which is very, very hard. How do you deal when you don't get a part in a role? I question every single detail when I don't get a part. Same, of course. I sit there and I play back my audition 900 times in my head and think, could I have done this differently? Should I have done this instead? The reality is that if you're just not right for a role, even when you think you are, it just is what it is. I don't even think about it anymore. Like, sure, I think about what I can improve on and stuff, but at the end of the day, it could be the smallest thing. They have a look they're going for, they have a personality trait they're going for, and you might perform your best and it was a very solid audition, but they just found someone else who fit that just a little bit more. That's all it comes down to. Some roles you're fit for, you are what they're looking for, and some you're not. And that does not mean that you are not worthy of that role, and it does not mean that you weren't good enough, okay? So remember that. Well, I gave you the best advice that I possibly could. It might be terrible advice, it might be good advice. I'm not really sure, but if you guys want more advice, let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in another video. I'm out of here. Bye.